Hi, my name is Christian Eberhard, and this is my Dynamics of Vibrations video project. First, I'm going to have you listen to this video experimenting with equal temper tuning versus just intonation or harmonic tuning on a piano. So, the equal temper tuning doesn't really sound that in tune when analyzed against a just intonation or harmonic tuning. Even so, this is how modern day pianos are tuned. But why? Why tune it this way if the harmonic tuning sounds so much more in tune? Well, today I'll tell you why you can't tune a piano harmonically, or at least, why you shouldn't. First, let's start off with what is a harmonic? Well, by definition, a harmonic is a wave or signal whose frequency is an integral, whole number, multiple of the frequency of the same reference signal or wave. Got it? No. Well, how about we break this down even more to understand what the definition is really saying? Say you have a string with both ends attached at fixed points. Now say that string begins to vibrate, which it will do sinusoidally, due to a resonance from some outside source. If only one bump is present, we call this the string's fundamental frequency. It's the lowest frequency that would create a standing wave. But say we add more bumps, like 2 or 3. In order to produce these added bumps, it means the string has to vibrate faster. And when this happens, the pitch produced also goes up. We can calculate the frequency of the harmonics of the string by this equation, which says the frequency is equal to the fundamental frequency multiplied by the number of bumps present. In a traditional Western scale, we have a name for the intervals between bumps that I'm sure most of you have heard at least 1 or 2. 1 to 2 bumps is called an octave, 2 to 3 is a perfect fifth, 3 to 4 is a perfect fourth, 4 to 5 bumps is a major third, 5 to 6 is a minor third, 6 to 7 and 7 to 8 aren't really defined, and 8 to 9 is a whole step or a major second. So, we added all these new names and terms, but to put it simply, if these notes are played together, you get a nice sounding chord. All the notes sound like they are in perfect harmony, thus the name harmonics. Great, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about why tuning a piano using just these harmonics is a bad idea. Say you wanted to tune the piano using, I don't know, whole steps. To do this, we use the 8th and 9th harmonic as shown before. If we do this 6 more times, we expect to get the same note we started with, just an octave higher, but this isn't the case. You'd expect this octave to be twice our base frequency, but instead we see that this way of tuning multiplies our fundamental frequency by 9/8 each time. 9/8 to the power of 6 is not 2, it's 2.027, just slightly sharp. We can try this with thirds, which gives you 5/4 to the third times the fundamental frequency, which as you can probably guess doesn't give us 2, but 1.953. And maybe you feel like we just need to divide it up even more using every half step. This is even worse with the fundamental frequency being multiplied by 16/15 to the power of 12. We get a staggering 2.169. Mathematically, it's impossible to tune the keys of a piano equally using harmonics. And here's the equation to prove it. It's called the rational root theorem. For any integer a, b, and n with n greater than 1, then a divided by b to the power of n cannot equal 2. So while you can try to tune a piano harmonically, you'll always be slightly out of tune. How do you tune a piano then, you may ask? Well, by tuning it out of tune, of course. Modern day pianos are tuned using a method called tempered tuning or equal tempered. Tuners start by choosing an octave, making that octave perfectly in tune, and then they tune every half step to be equal. Mathematically, this means that each note is 12th root of 2 multiplied by the note below it. Doing this means you can pick a note, and when you go up 12 half steps, you get 12th root of 2 to the power of 12, or perfectly equal to 2. But doesn't that mean that only the octave is perfectly tuned? Correct. Fifths are flat, fourths are slightly sharp, major third is sharp, and the minor third is flat. So why do this in the first place if both harmonic and temper tuning are not in tune? Well, because with equal temper tuning, no matter what key you're playing in, the notes will be equally out of tune. which is not true for harmonic tuning. So, while there is no way to perfectly tune a piano, there are certainly ways to make sure it's perfectly out of tune.